Volume and capacity. Volume and capacity are to do with how much space a 3D shape takes up. Normally we consider volume to be to do with solids, and capacity is the amount of a gas or liquid a container can hold. There are some important conversions that need to be learned, although really you only need to worry about the lengths and you can go from there. And you should know these well. So, kilometers to meters, we multiply by 1,000. Meters to centimeters, there's 100 centimeters in every meter, so you multiply by 100. There's 10 millimeters in every centimeter, so we multiply by 10. Look what happens with the zeros as you go across. And obviously going back the other way is the opposite. So we divide. This is something you should be really familiar with by this stage. When converting units of area, we need to consider that the lengths are converted in two directions. Length and width, base and height, for example. So if we had a rectangle that was 5 meters by 2 meters, you'd need to convert this to, say, 500 centimeters and this to 200 centimeters. And then to get it in square centimeters, you multiply these two numbers. And that means for area, kilometers squared to meters squared, you multiply by 1,000 squared. You multiply by 1,000 for the length and 1,000 for the width. And you can see that we do the same going across. So when you're converting units of volume, we need to account for three directions, for example, length, width, and height. So it shouldn't be a surprise that if you're going from cubic kilometers to cubic meters, you multiply by 1,000 cubed. 1,000 for the length, 1,000 for the width, 1,000 for the height. And it's the same idea all the way across. So if you know your length conversions and can just use that reasoning, you can do all of the conversions. When dealing with capacity, the basic unit is the litre. You need to be aware of the following. 1 milliliter is the same as 1 cubic centimeter. Now, a milliliter is 1,000th of a litre. This is how you can convert between things like cubic meters and cubic centimeters and go into litres, is using this top one. So it's very important. 1 milliliter is 1 cubic centimeter. A litre is 1,000 milliliters. You should know that the prefix milli means 1,000th. So we need 1,000 of them to make 1 litre. A kiloliter is 1,000 litres, and a megalitre is 1,000,000 litres, and therefore 1,000 kilolitres. Be careful. Small case m is milli, and big case M is mega. In this section, we will be dealing with the volume or capacity of prisms or prism-like structures such as cylinders. For such structures, the calculation of volume is always that the volume is the cross-sectional area times the length, and we'll talk about that during the examples.